Hey, hey, I'm coming to you from beautiful Treasure Island. I actually grew up right up the road in Madeira Beach. Uh, so about 8 years old, and then my mom moved me to the Northeast. I grew up in New Jersey, and then, yeah, the UK, and then for a couple years in my 20s, and then to Pennsylvania, and then back here in 2006. I brought my children back here because I love the outdoor lifestyle. I love the energy of, people being able to go to the beach, to the woods, to the water. And there's so much music and dancing, festivals and art. Anyway, I love it. And I'd love to say that I have just been enjoying this since 2006, but that wouldn't be true. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Because here we are, we're at the beginning of January 2023. And you might be looking around your life and going, this is not what I desire. This is not what I planned. This is not what I thought I would have when I was when you were a little girl. Like, seriously, is the life that you look around, is it what you thought you would have or what you really desired when you were little? And if it isn't, then please listen in, because I've got some insight into how you can actually bring your life around to the way you want it to be, and faster than you think possible. So I would say from 2006, there were a lot of dark years. Without going into great detail, I was divorced. That's the clue. Happy Divorce Day was in 2019. And at that time I was like, okay, I can look around, I can see that life is not the way that I've desired it to be, and it's time for me to make those changes. And thankfully, at this time, I already had hypnosis, hypnotherapy, self-hypnosis, and the tools that I developed to work with my clients. I'm engaging these same tools every day, right? But what happened right after that? So with the things that I wanted to do, and just tell me if any of these are on your list for what you'd like more of in your, this upcoming year. If you like to have, more fun, and whatever fun is in your definition, okay? So everybody has a different definition of fun. For me, it would be things like dancing, straight up, that's gonna be number one. Dancing, singing, having a great time with really good high vibe people, drumming, cooking good food and enjoying it with other people, gardening, hiking, and virtually anything that involves some sort of outdoor enjoyment. There's more. There's definitely more, but this was my list of like, okay, this is what I'm bringing more into my life right now. I needed it. I deserved it. It was the life that I had wanted. And somehow I had gotten compromised along the way. And I decided, no more compromise, man. I'm doing this for me. And so I began that process. And then, you know what happened in 2020, right? We got shut down, lockdown. And so these visions, these images, these things that I had been, working and using the tools, and I had this insight into what life could be like for me quickly. And then boom, we got put in the COVID box, right? So here we were, everybody's in their own bubbles. I did survive. I'll tell you, during that time, there was a whole lot of the work going on. I launched Program for Prosperity in that time. My signature work, self-hypnosis, to help entrepreneurs to break free of their limiting beliefs and their self-sabotage, to make more money with less work. Launched during that time. But I was still quite aware that my life was not the way I envisioned. Like, you can have money, you can have accolades, you can have good health, but I got my health so much back on track. And I was still feeling really like I was missing the social aspect. And so tell me if you're in this boat, or if this is part of what you want more of this year, certainly love was at the top of my list. Listen, part of the reason why I got divorced is I decided I deserved love, real romance, real eros, real powerful love in this lifetime, right? So it was like top of my list. And then it was, well, friends, like really good, high vibe social life, like I said. And it wasn't until about June of 2021 that I felt like we could finally do that again. But after 2 years of being isolated, how many of you found it less than easy to step back into what life was like before? Be honest with me. Well, I found it really hard, but I had the tools. Listen, without going into detail because I can't here on this video, I used the tools that I give my clients to essentially get myself to be different. See, if you want 2023 to look different, like for you to have a different experience, then you've got to be different. And I'll tell you that the being you is run by an internal program. And unless you change that program, you're going to see the same patterns in your life in a year from now than you're seeing right now. So you'll see the same unless you change the program. What's going on in here? So I'll try to tell you quickly how I turned things around really quickly. Well, first of all, I said, well, people aren't going to come to me. The love of my life certainly isn't going to come and knock on my door unless he owns the company that's building the, you know, I don't know. That's what I actually said. It's funny because one of my clients ended up falling in love with a guy who knocked on her door who was the owner of the company. I was like, I actually said that, wrote it down and everything, and that's you? That's wild. Anyway, that's just, got many, many stories like that. Anyway, my story was, I was like, he's not going to show up and knock on my door. And my friends aren't either. My friends, whoever they are, they're not going to show up and knock on my door. So I made the commitment to self, and I did the work. And I actually have a 3-part manifesting love process that I ran myself through, and I work with my clients through, that I'll be doing in February, if you're interested, in a group setting. And I was like, okay, get myself out there, do the thing. So somewhere in June, that's when I started to go, okay, got to push myself out and do things in this life, in this world, that bring me joy. By myself, man. Totally by myself. And so I started, and you may not know me and what lights me up, and these things they've just always been part of my life since I was in my 20s. So I started going to drum circles. We've got ecstatic dance here, different festivals, anywhere that I could find a good time that I could go, I would go. And I kept showing up in these locations. And it was, lo and behold, there were some people who I would see, you know, at different locations, that we got friendly. And I have to say, I got incredibly lucky and blessed to find a tribe of people that are like kind, loving, high vibe, no bullshit, no drama, none of that. And I found them, and by, you know, August, I was just like, oh my God, I love these people. I love what I'm getting invited to do. Really just enjoying life again. So it was really fast, like that. But I had to do the work, push myself out, change the being that I was being, and go and do that. And then come September, well, that's a whole nother story. Because and I can't wait to tell that story. I'm going to tell you that story come in February. We're going to talk all about love and money, or love or money is the topic of February. And I tell you how you can find the love of your life, somebody who loves you for you, because you love yourself so damn much that anybody else would just bounce off. All right. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up here. and invite you to join me on Monday next week. I'm going to be doing a actual workshop called Bye Bye Blue Monday. How to, you know, make sure your journey to 6-7 figures is a healthy, happy one without burnout. And I've been doing this workshop since 2017, but we're obviously it's changed. And I'm really excited to bring into it some of the newer insights and understandings that I have that are not just around business and money, but well-being, health, happiness, love, what our hearts really want and deserve in this life. So yeah, I hope that you'll join me. So if you don't have the link for Blue Monday, please just comment below this video, Blue Monday. We'll make sure that you get the link so that you get reminders to be there with me. And yes, so with that, I'm gonna say, well, have a beautiful day. I certainly am. You deserve it. Oh, I'm Melanie McCool. I don't think I introduced myself. That's funny. I'm Melanie McCool, the entrepreneur's hypnotherapist and peak performance coach. And I actually help women entrepreneurs to earn more without ever overworking with my 5-step formula to accelerate business growth without burnout. And if you'd like that, then you're going to join my Zero Burnout Business Growth Workshop. You can ask for that link. All right. Bless you. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.